Today we're going to do a super cozy restorative yoga in your pajamas. Hi, I'm Melissa from Yoga with Melissa. This is real yoga for real people. Today you're going to need all your props, your blocks, your bolster, your blankets, your meditation cushions, your mat, your couch, if you have one, or a wall or a chair. And we're going to start with legs up the chair for 5 minutes. So feel the support of the earth underneath you. Allow the tension in your body to release, sink down into the earth. And just feel the tiredness in your body. And instead of resisting it like we often do, just open to it. Open to all the places that feel tired and exhausted. And keep allowing your attention to arrive and open to the places in your body where your body is speaking to you. So maybe your hips, your ankles, maybe your knee joints, maybe your jaw, maybe the tension in the space between your eyebrows, your eyes. And there's no need to fix or change. Just offering the parts of your body that are revealing themselves, non-abandoning attention. Noticing any holding and gripping. And then you're going to slowly make your way out of this legs up the couch or legs up the chair. Roll to your side, pause for a moment, moving slowly, honoring the energy that you gathered in this pose. Feeling cozy in your pajamas. And then we're going to come to our next pose, which you can leave your mat where it is if it's working for you, or you can change the position of it. We're going to be doing a front-lying tree pose with props. So a nice prone position, which is really great for, it's very grounding and also just helps to release a lot of tension and anxiety into the earth. So I think for this one, you're going to need a couple of props. You might want to, depending on the external rotation of your hips, you might need a blanket or two. So one blanket at least. You may even want, depending on how tight your hips, you can also put a blanket over a block, okay? So just see how this works for you. And then another blanket, actually what would work better than a blanket is your eye pillow. But I don't have my eye pillow with me. My eye pillow is in that backpack if you can dig it out. So what you're going to do is lie on your stomach. And we're going to be in this pose for 5 minutes. You're going to bring your right leg up to the side, like you're in tree pose. Fill the space between your knee and the ground. Yeah. And then all you do with your eye pillow is you just place it on your forehead. And that gives your nose enough room to breathe. And we're going to be here for 5 minutes. So our job in restorative yoga is to rest into the support of the props. So if you can do anything to adjust yourself to be a little bit more comfortable, then you can do that now. So I'm going to adjust the blanket so that it's underneath the whole of my lower leg. And then the next place where my attention tends to go is to my joints. So my hip joint in this pose on the right side, and my shoulder joints, like what can I do to sink into the ground more? To let go of the holding and to release the tension. Okay, so we're going to slowly release this side from our body. And you're going to take your prop or props and bring them over to your left side. And bring your left leg up to the side into tree pose or something that's similar to tree pose. And settle into the pose on the other side. We're going to be here for 5 minutes. And you might want to take a slightly different arm position for this side. You can bring your arms down to the side, maybe more overhead, just a different position so your body can rest, and your upper body can rest in a different way. And this time, without changing your breath in any way, without exaggerating it, just notice the way your belly, your diaphragm connects with the earth as you breathe in and out through your nose. And also feel the sensation in your low back of your breath expanding and dropping back. Okay, we're going to slowly release this pose. And we're going to set ourselves up for a twist. So you're going to need your props. You're going to need your blanket, your bolster, and your blocks. So set your blocks up in their T position, one high, one low. Place your bolster over your blocks. And we're just going to come into a super cozy twist. We'll be in this for 5 minutes. I'm actually not going to use this blanket. I want to do a super cozy twist. So you're just going to let your legs be super relaxed. So in kind of a zigzag, and then turn towards the bolster and rest over it. So just really let your spine release, your shoulders release after the restorative tree pose you were just in. So I've been reflecting on why I teach restorative yoga recently. And there are a number of reasons. One is that we're just exhausted. We're exhausted on all levels. Physically, emotionally, mentally, energetically, and spiritually. So we tend to spend long days indoors under artificial lighting. We're rushing to get everything done. We're taking in massive amounts of information. Most of us have work that require us to use our minds, not our bodies. So we're mentally exhausted. Energetically, we're just overstimulated. And even spiritually, I find I can speak for myself. I'm exhausted. There's just so much information available now, so many resources, and well, this is such a great thing to be alive right now, where there's so much access. There is a shadow side to it as well, that we need to rest our souls as well. Not always be putting our souls through school, or self-improvement programs. And so there are lots of different ways to rest. And I really like restorative yoga because we can rest our bodies, our minds. We're resting energetically, we're resting mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. We're just resting on all the levels. It's really a practice that's unhurried and there's no striving. Okay, we're slowly going to make our way over to the other side of this gentle twist. Maybe just take a moment in the center to allow your spine to unravel. So let your legs be in that really easy zigzag position. Let your spine be long and come into the twist on the other side. And we'll be in this side for another 5 minutes. Just checking in again where you can rest and let go into the support that's available to you. The support of the floor, the support of the props. The support of your own structure, your own skeletal structure. So where is there tension in your skin and your musculature that you could let go into the bones? Soften between the eyebrows, the jaw. Let the joints of the shoulders and the hips go, the ankles, the feet. And stay connected to the sensations in your body. If that's difficult to connect with, you can stay connected to the way that the the props feel, the way you feel the support of the earth underneath you, or the coziness of your pajamas. Okay, for the next one, we're going to set up a prop situation. And for this one, you're going to place your bolster and then your blocks. And you can either, depending on what you have, so you can adapt. We're flexible, we're yogis, right? You can either put your meditation cushion here on top of the blocks. Don't throw that. It's so heavy. Don't throw it. Thank you. So you can put your meditation cushion on top of here, or you can put a folded blanket on top of here. Or if you have a second bolster, you can just do 2 bolsters. So adapt to what works best for you. Then you're going to need your yoga strap, which is in that, underneath my altar in that box under there. I'm so well prepared for today's class. The thing is, I actually had a completely different class planned today as part of the Perfectionism series, but because we are celebrating today with Pajama Yoga Friday, I had to plan a second class. So what you're going to do is sit up. We're going to be in this pose for longer. We're going to stay in this pose for 10 minutes. This is going to be your restorative inversion. You're going to sit up on your props, and the strap is useful depending on you, whatever you prefer. You can place it around your legs or your ankles. And what it does is it just prevents your legs from falling off so you don't have to have any muscular tension. It prevents your legs from falling off the prop situation here. You rest back. You want your shoulders completely off this bolster situation, fully resting on the ground. You can have your hands down by the side of your body here, or depending on your shoulder mobility overhead, whichever feels more comfortable and restful for you. And then I'm going to recommend that you take your eye pillow. It's down at the feet. Of course it is. And place it on your eyes here for the next 10 minutes so you can really rest. And what I love about this pose, take a few extra minutes just to get super comfortable. What I love about this pose is it's a very gentle inversion. And it's just so releasing for the psoas. It's a very gentle release for the psoas. The psoas runs along your spine. It connects your upper and lower body, crosses over the hips. And this muscle, when we can release this muscle, it really helps to just down-regulate, calm the nervous system, helps us breathe better, a whole bunch of things. We have 2 really great classes for psoas release in our membership community, using foam roller and balls. They're really good. One's a long one and one's a short one. So I'm just getting my shoulders a little bit more grounded, getting my pajamas a little bit less tuggy so I can really rest into this pose. Inversions are incredibly restorative, and they're also great for getting the flow of lymph going in your body. Lymph flows upward against gravity, so it helps to encourage the flow of lymph in your body, which is good right now. People are probably very concerned about having good immunity at this point right now. So just keep checking in to see if you can rest more into the props and into the ground. Breathing in and out through your nose, not manipulating the breath. Your breath is probably going to really slow down and become more gentle and quiet and soft. So your mind's going to think, that's what it does. It's just a thinking factory. It's going to think and think and think. So maybe it would be helpful to just visualize those thoughts floating down to the bottom of the ocean like sand sinking down, like sediment. So instead of kind of hooking on to them and following them, just when a thought comes up, let it sink down to the bottom of the ocean like sediment. And find that the mind can also become more restful in this position. So I can't believe our 10 minutes is up in this pose, but it is. So we're going to come to our final restorative pose for this class. You're going to carefully make your way out of this posture. I'm just going to check my notes to make sure I'm not missing anything for you guys. Yeah, our final resting pose. So this setup is similar to what we had before. You're going to do that same T position with your blocks. You're going to set up your bolster on top of it. Maybe actually it's more helpful if you put your blocks on angles when you like this. It's a little more stable when you rest back on it. And then you're going to take your blankets, and let's just take a little time with this. So take a blanket, and you're going to fold it. So you're essentially going to make another bolster. So if you have two bolsters, use your flat one here, or doesn't really matter. Use one here, and you're going to use one under your knees. But if you don't have two bolsters, and you're going to roll up a second blanket. And that second blanket's going to go underneath your knees here. And using your eye pillow again is going to be a really nice way to rest your eyes. We take in so much visual stimulation that it's nice to really rest our eyes here. So we're going to be in this pose for 5 minutes. So this roll is going to go underneath your knees. You're going to rest back on your props. Eye pillow. And rest. Yeah, so the eye pillow is really nice because we take in so much visual stimulation and we take in so much of our world through our eyes, so much information through our eyes, that to give our eyes a deep rest in this way is very helpful. In this position, just see if you can connect with your organs in your belly, the intestines, your stomach, your liver, your gallbladder, your kidneys, your uterus for women. And just sense and feel into the energy of those organs. If there's tension and holding, just bringing awareness, not needing to fix or change, but just let your awareness settle into the organ body here in the center. And you're going to slowly bring some movement back into your body. So what's the restorative yoga is important because we can allow ourselves some deep rest and support from the props and the earth. But it's also important to move and to be in relationship in the world. So this is part of the moving phase, right? and coming back into relationship in the world. So let's just do that consciously here, noting that we're moving and coming into relationship in the world. Slowly making our way back up to seated, making that transition back into movement, skillful action, and relating to the world. So we'll gather the fruits of our practice first into ourselves, and then we'll offer the benefits of our practice out into the world. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings be happy and free, and may the thoughts, words, and actions of my own life contribute in some way to the happiness and freedom for all. So give yourself a thumbs up for finishing this class, for taking time to do restorative yoga in your pajamas. Put Pajama Yoga Friday in the comments. And just to let you know about a few things coming up in our membership community, I'm just finished writing a whole series of moon phase classes, and I will be filming them in March. They'll be coming out in April. We have the next 5-element theory course coming up at the end of March. Applications are due March 20th. So there's some prerequisites for that. And if you're interested in 5-element theory, which is really about tuning into your inner nature and connecting with the energy, the subtle energy of nature within you and nature all around you, the rhythm and cycles of that, then that's coming up as well. Wood element, which is all about that upward energy of spring, the emotions of anger, frustration, irritation, the free and easy flow of energy. It's all about vision and intention. This is my key elemental energy, so I spent a lot of time on it, and it's going to be a wicked, amazing course. I'm looking forward to connecting with people in that. And those are the main offerings. We're going to have an equinox celebration in March. If you've been a past member, watch in your inbox, because we're going to be giving you access to a free weekend in March. And just so you can see all the improvements we've made in our community over the last year. And then a special offer. Also, if you're thinking about becoming a member, we will be raising our prices indexed to inflation because we haven't had a price increase over the last 5 years. So we'll be going up. We'll be just raising our prices indexed to inflation. So if you've been thinking about it, it's going to be going up April 1st. So now might be a good time to join us. Sending much love from beautiful British Columbia. May your joy be as deep as our ocean. May you be grounded as the old growth trees in our forest. And may you be as strong as our mountains. Om Shanti. Namaste.